When I started out, it was really kind of strange because I never had any real aspirations about becoming anything other than absolutely enjoying myself. I got involved in theatre. From the theatre, the music came, and it was just like such a thrill to have something other than, And it was kind of one of those situations where it found me. The music found me, and it was just perfect because I was able to express myself, and the strange thing was I wasn't quite sure what sort of impact I was actually having. But as time went by, I realized that it was something that was a little bit special and something that I was getting great satisfaction from. And so I just continued, and it was a bit of a hard slog at first because what people tell you and what you actually believe is going to happen, and then when it doesn't happen, you kind of wonder, well, what am I doing wrong, But as time went by, I realized that it was something that, yeah, it works. It works because it's a great vibe. People really get off on it. I get off on it, and I've just kind of stayed with the industry. And it's a tough one, but I've loved it. I've really, it's served me very well. Okay. Served me very well. Well, talking about the inspiration, apart from being a huge fan of music, I listen to so much. Music is very eclectic in the sense that I was listening to, blues, jazz, gospel, rock and roll, and I grew up listening to just about everything. And, eventually, you develop your own style. But you cannot deny that the influences haven't come from the gospel and the blues. But, a few years I learned that my grandfather sang. I never knew my grandfather, which is a very sad situation because I never knew him, and also then to discover that he was a gospel singer. So in a way, I think, okay, maybe that is my heritage, and so fine, I claim this. I claim it, Grandfather Turner. Thank you very much. So yeah, maybe that's there too. But my inspirations are all the old blues people I've listened to, gospel, whatever. I just even now, huge fan. When I started out, having a great time, which is what it was all about for me. Never mind how much you can earn. I mean, I was so naive in the fact that I thought the best thing you could do was to own a gold album. I knew nothing about platinums, So I was just having the best time ever. But what was also really interesting was the fact that once I was kind of making a name for myself, I also got invited to sing with a lot of wonderful artists that I admired. UB40 are from this, my neck of the woods, Birmingham. Their drum, my drum at the time was also their producer, Bob Lamb. So the connection was always there. And when I went, sang on a couple of their albums and did some shows with them, which was fantastic. Then I also got, I was doing a gig in London at the Bloomsbury Theatre, and rumour had it that Brian Ferry was in the audience. I mean, you don't tell people things like that when you're just about to embark on a stage. Anyway, I got on with my gig, and he was obviously quite impressed. And we had a call from Paris the following week to say he was there, and he'd finished the Boys and Girls album in America, but he'd like me to sing on Slave to Love. So that is the voice that you hear, sort of slave to love, wow. Na 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 na. Yes, that's moi. And worked of course with Culture Club. Did a year with them in America. I worked with the wonderful Jules Holland presently 10 years ago, and now still working with fabulous Jules. Sang on Mick Jagger's album. His solo album. Fortunately got slated, but never mind. I think people kind of felt, he's got enough money, we're not supporting that one. What a shame, because I sang on about 6 tracks, however. How that came about, strangely enough, was the producer that produced his album. I met at a gospel concert with Steve Winwood in Bolton-on-the-Water. Every year we used to go down and do a little gospel thing, and it was just a wonderful, blessed evening it was. And the producer remembered me and called me up, and I did a session for Mick, yes, Mr. Jagger. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, been doing some wonderful things. It's been, God's been good, and I've been really blessed to be. At the same time, you have to be humble, because you cannot be that kind of artist whereby you'll never be seen to be doing X, Y, Z. I never actually cared. I just like mixing and matching and having a good time. Yeah. And it really works. It does work. Because there's just nothing better than the sharing. Absolutely. Music is all about that, you see. So yeah.